Hey, what's up? Welcome back to Niner Notion. It's your boy with that Ray Ratto Steez. I just want to say thank you so much for all of your support. We can't do this without you. Well, we could, but it wouldn't be as good. To all the haters online, go fuck yourself. You know who you are. And to everybody else, like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and let's get the party started. Yeah! The 49ers are the best team in the NFC. All right, well, that's a hell of a declaration, but they really are. And the only thing that can stop the 49ers at this point from at least getting a first-round bye is injuries. That's the hard and fast of it. I don't know if that's a term, but that's the real shit. The only thing that can stop the 49ers from a first-round bye in the playoffs, from home field advantage, is injuries. Right now, we have Joe Staley out because he's injured. Chaz, do you want some?
I do.
Come over here, buddy. Joe Staley's out because he's injured. He's coming back. Juszczyk is out for 4 to 6 weeks with, I think, a sprained MCL. He's coming back. Witherspoon's out for another maybe 2 to 3 weeks with an ankle injury. He's coming back. So right now, how the Niners are built, barring any major injuries to our team, and we'll see how bad Juszczyk's injury affects our wins and losses. It could cost us a game or two if we can't get the running game online. Barring more injuries, the 49ers are the best team in the NFC. I can't say that they're going to win in the Super Bowl because if it's the Niners and the Patriots, that's a toss-up. Either of those teams can win. That's where I feel like they are. I feel like if the Niners play the Saints and the Saints have Drew Brees, it's a toss-up. But I'm willing to say that I think that the Niners can have a first-round bye, have the best record in the NFC. They're already off to a head start. They already have no losses. So I think maybe they go 13-3 for the rest of the season. We'll see what happens. So that being said, what happened in the game? Whatever gives me that idea that that's how the rest of the season will go. Well, I saw it, and you saw it. The 49ers on the biggest stage showed out in Monday Night Football, on Monday Night Football. And just to recap the game, the defense played at an elite level, which I think they've been borderline for a long time, for a few weeks now. Now they held a decent offense, probably, to 3 points total. That's insane. So the defense is lights out. We've been saying it the whole time. The defense is scary good. Well, now the defense is elite. It's just up to them to play to that level every game. The offense was dominant for most of the game. Again, I think the offense is going to struggle with consistency, but if they don't turn the ball over, they're going to have some drives that end in punts for sure, some 3-and-outs. But if they don't turn the ball over, they're going to hang some points on a team. And they hung 31 points on the Browns. That falls into the category that I was talking about last week. The offense is consistent. Here, right? The Niners are going to try to blow people out in like the first 3 quarters. Right. So this was a blowout. I called it wrong last week. I said that I thought they were going to struggle. This was not that game. This was not the Steelers. This was more the Bengals, obviously. So good on the Niners. Their offense clicked, and they fucking killed it. Juice is out. We talked about that a little bit. 4 to 6 weeks. And the thing is, when he got off the field, I had a feeling that it wasn't a season ender because he couldn't put any pressure on it. And he was pointing to his knee. Now, I'm not a doctor, but I am a philosopher. And so I'm pretty sure when people tear their ACLs, it hurts right at first, but like it's not something that they necessarily have a hard time putting weight on. So when he was kind of limping, it reminded me more of the Joe Staley injury, which is... in this case, it was a sprain, but usually, again, I'm a doctor, so take my word for it. Usually, if it's a fracture, it's harder to put weight on. Ligament injuries are usually easier to walk on. So I don't know. That's enough of that. Our field goal team is cheeks right now. And that's what the kids on YouTube are saying. They're like, man, bro, you're so cheeks. Like when they were playing Madden and stuff. The field goal team is cheeks right now. And I think it is the long snapper. I think he's problematic for me. We had a long snapper, and I think he's suspended for a few more games. Kyle Nelson. He'll be coming back soon. We just got a new guy. We kicked our old guy to the curb, the guy replacing Kyle Nelson, and we just got a new guy. And the new guy retired after one game. Chaz? John Kondo, I think his name is. Yeah, he just was up. He came back for one game with us, and then he retired. So we had to find a new guy. And so we're kind of on like our third option for long snapper, and it's causing our kicking game to suffer. That's why I'm saying it. That's why I'm talking about it. All right, so we want to take a second to thank our sponsors. Our sponsor is My Affinity for Tim Ryan. So we'll just put up some pictures of Tim Ryan. I mean, whatever you want, like shirt off, shirt on, just some cool pictures of him, because he's a cool dude. I don't know, man. I think he's a fucking great commentator. Back to it. I want to talk about something that is controversial because I want to make this interesting. I think, I'm going to say this is the controversial take, so get ready. Everybody stop. I'm going to put my GM hat on for a second. I think we should look to trade Eric Armstead by the trade deadline on week 8. And now you're all going to have problems with that, and I want you to comment in below, but then I'm going to blow your mind. Bill Walsh always said that you trade a player a year too early rather than a year too late. So he traded some of the great players on those early Niners teams way too early. Think about Joe Montana, got traded early. Ronnie Lott got traded early. He played for the Jets and the Raiders, I believe. Joe Montana played for the Chiefs. That was Bill Walsh's thing, and the man won 4 Super Bowls. 3 Super Bowls. I believe it was 3. So the problem with Eric Armstead is that he's been injured a lot in his career. I love Eric Armstead, and he's balling. But that just means that his interest from other teams is going to be at a peak. He's on the last year of his contract, and so before we trade him, my first suggestion is we try to get him to re-sign at a team-friendly deal. And maybe we front-load that contract. We take care of him. We pay him out good, but we don't give him what he could get on the open market. If he takes that, that's great, because maybe he wants to stay with the Niners. Maybe he wants to be successful and win a Super Bowl. Right now is a great time to have that negotiation, but maybe he wants to go test the free agent market. Well, at that point, if he doesn't want to resign at a good rate for both the team and him, then you have to look to trade him. And I think right now, for Eric Armstead, you could probably get maybe a second and a third, maybe 2 seconds. I don't know. Maybe a first round.
With that second or third?
What's that?
Have you thought about who you guys would pick up with that second and third trade that you get?
I have no idea because I don't really watch college. That's a good question. Who would we get with that? What we get is we traded a second-round pick this coming draft to get Dee Ford. So we don't have a second-round pick. So if you traded Eric Armstead and you got a second-round pick, you basically got Dee Ford for free. Because the problem is at the end of this year, if we can't come to an agreement with him, he's a free agent. Anybody can sign him. So why not get a second-round pick for him now? The Niners are deepest at their defensive line. Ronald Blair's killing it. Even the guys we have coming off the bench, like Taylor. Is his last name Taylor? Shit, Chaz, you get me so high. So put some guy named Taylor up. Julian Taylor. I have it. It's Julian Taylor. He did great against the Bengals. He had some cool plays. The Niners are super deep on the defensive line. And next year you're going to have to, either next year or the year after, I think, you have to pay Buckner. And he plays the exact same position. So it would be great to keep them together if we can re-sign him at a good cost. But if not, we should look to move Eric Armstead by the trade deadline, which is week 8. That is my hot take. We'll see what happens. If you made it this far in the video, then you probably have a problem. You know what I mean? Like, how much do you care about the Niners? I know I do. But if you enjoyed listening to me talk shit about the Niners, my buddy Joe and I do a podcast about All Elite Wrestling, AEW. It's a new wrestling promotion, and it's pretty fucking cool. So check that out. Just look up Belly Boys AEW, and you should find it. Thanks for helping our SEO. We'll see you next time.